Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and you're watching Vie Est Belle. On today's video, we're going to be talking about fragrances that were AI generated. So I actually went on Snapchat, which has this new feature where you can ask it questions and it will give you some response. And me being the fragrance lover that I am, I decided to ask, what are the best selling men's fragrance, women's fragrance, and best selling fragrances of all time? Because when you go online, you kind of get a wide amount of different answers. So you'll get Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle as a best selling, and then you work for Chanel like I did, and then they say, well, number five was the best selling, and then it turned into Coco Mademoiselle, and then Chance is number three. Then you work for brands like Dior, or you go to Dior and they say it's the number one best selling fragrance. And while that might be true for the actual brand itself, it might not be true for the entire, fragrance community. So I have here the top 10 best women's fragrances. So according to the AI bot, the number one best-selling and best women's fragrance on the market today is Chanel's number five. I think this is not a surprise. Number five has been around for quite a long time. If you have not smelled number five, I definitely do recommend checking it out. If you are younger, you're probably going to like the low version. Number five low is a very nice, powdery, clean, crisp, citric, masterpiece. It grabs everything that number five is known for, but modernizes it. It makes it a little bit better. It makes it a lot more refined and a lot more casual too, so you can actually wear it in today's world. And it also takes that grandma element out of it as well. So I do recommend number five low. Number five is a really great one, but if you don't like number five, which a lot of people are not going to, at least younger people, I would definitely say to check out low. Number two is Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. You guys, I remember when this fragrance launched, I worked for Dior, and one of our biggest competitors was L'Oreal, which is the distributor for Yves Saint Laurent and Armani, and also Ralph Lauren. They have a bunch of other brands like Prada and Valentino now, but at the time it was only Ralph Lauren, Yves Saint Laurent, Armani, and Victor and Rolf. But I remember Black Opium launching, and it was very different then than it is now. Now there's like 60 different bottles, or they all look different. There's the eau de toilette, there's the parfum, there's the eau de parfum, there's the eau de parfum intense, there's the night version, and all these different bottles, and they just overly saturated the market. This fragrance is really good. It was a coffee and vanilla fragrance for women. Very nice, very crisp, but very seductive, very dark, mysterious. It was a very different fragrance at the time, but it veered very much away from the original Opium. So if you liked the original Opium, you were not going to like the Black Opium. Number three is Flower Bomb. Now, Flower Bomb is one of those fragrances that I've never understood what the hype is about. It doesn't smell like any particular flower. It smells like if you were to crush a bunch of different, flowers, or grab a bunch of different flower essences, you threw them into an actual, like, bottle to make your own perfume, and then you threw aldehydes in there and you went a little heavy with the iris. It's a powdery floral scent, but it's not particularly unique. It's not particularly groundbreaking. I know a lot of people think that it's one of the best fragrances of all time. I would definitely say that if you like it, there's nothing wrong with that, but I would definitely say it is a basic bitch fragrance. So number four is Coco Mademoiselle. I was actually shocked to see this so down low in the ranking as number four. Obviously, Coco Mademoiselle is one of the best selling fragrances. It smells like a very nice, candle with some May rose in there. It's a very nice fragrance, sandalwood, vanilla, it has cedar wood. It's one of those fragrances that really has a really well balanced element to it, which really gives it that, that je ne sais quoi, which makes it very much different from any other fragrance on the market. They do have a couple of flankers. They have, Coco Mademoiselle Intense, which is actually lighter than the original Coco Mademoiselle. Then they have the Privé one. But if you ask different people, Coco Noir might be part of the Coco Mademoiselle line, but it also might be part of the Coco line. and some people say it's its own line. Number 5 is La Vie Est Belle, and I can say truly that I'm very sorry if I offend you here. I hate this fragrance. I have always hated this fragrance. I have never liked this fragrance. I remember working for multiple different brands, and every time someone would ask for it, I kind of like secretly rolled my eyes because I was like, I don't get why anyone wants to smell like cotton candy, sweet flowers. Like, if you want that, maybe you should go to like Victoria's Secret and not spend so much money because it's not cheap either. It's not, super expensive, but it is in that, mid-range category because it is by Lancôme. I would definitely say that it's not a good fragrance. It's not unique. It smells good on certain people, but for the most part, it is overly done. It is overly hyped. It is overly worn to the point where it's kind of a basic bitch fragrance, and I would definitely say that it's not the tea. Number 6 is Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. This is a good one. I remember it was a big seller when I worked in the industry. Now, the problem with Light Blue for women as well as for men is that it's a really nice fragrance. They did a really great job with these fragrances and really creating something that was aquatic, something that was, Italian coast and making it something very nice, very elegant, but very, beach wear, very vacation resort. That's what the fragrance gives vibes of. They don't last. You can wear them, you can spray them on, and in 5 minutes later, whether it is a summer version one or if you get, a limited version of the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue collection, they do not last. And, I think this might have been because originally they were being manufactured by Procter & Gamble Prestige, which was sold to Coty. They did Coty for a little bit. They didn't like that, so they went to Shiseido, and now Dolce & Gabbana is doing fragrances in-house. So maybe we might see an increase in quality, but we might also not see it as well. So definitely is a good fragrance, but I would say it is not the best fragrance because the longevity and performance are shitty. Number 7 is Thierry Mugler's Angel. This fragrance I have a love-hate relationship with. It was one of those fragrances that you could definitely tell who was wearing it from a mile away. And it said a lot about the person. So Thierry Mugler's Angel, you typically saw a more polished, more refined, dressed up women wearing it. And it was something that they really, really liked. And the fragrance itself is very unique. It's very nice. I would definitely say that it is more geared towards a mature audience. But with that being said, it can be worn by younger people. I know that they do have flankers, and I've heard that the new one is not anything like the old one. So that kind of sucks because the original one was really well executed. Number 8 is C by Giorgio Armani, and I'm not surprised to see this on the list. It is one of the ones that I think the original one is not the best. I remember when the original C, the Eau de Parfum launched, it was different. It was older because, at that time we were used to seeing Acqua di Gioia, Acqua di Gio, Giorgio Armani Code, Emporio Armani. Those fragrances were very, cleaner, fresher, powdery, more sophisticated. And Armani's C was a little bit more mature. So definitely is a good fragrance. I would definitely say to check out the flankers such as the Si Passione, which is a really terrific scent. I really love that fragrance. It kind of has like a beachy, tropical, passion fruit type of vibe to it. Really great fragrance. Very, very well done. And the bottle itself is just chef's kiss. Number 9 is Good Girl Gone Bad by Carolina Herrera. And I can say that this one is not one of my favorite ones as well. It's one of those fragrances that is mass appealing, so I can see why people like it. I can see how people are going to enjoy the fragrance itself, that they're going to want to wear it. The bottle itself is kind of cute. Some people say it's really ugly. I think it's kind of cute. I don't know why you want perfume in a heel, but that's besides the point. It is a very popular fragrance. Carolina Herrera, I can say since her inception of making fragrances, even the really old ones, she usually does a good job at getting something that's likable, something that's mass appealing, and that everyone's gonna like. With that being said, I can see why it's a big seller. It's not unique, it's not groundbreaking, it's nothing different and nothing revolutionary. So if you're looking for something very unique, something very different, not the one for you. And the last one on here, which is number 10, is going to be Jadore by Dior. Very surprised to see this down so low. I can also see how it got so low because Jadore is one of those fragrances that I used to sell the shit out of. It was one of those really great fragrances. You know, it has jasmine, ylang ylang in there. It's a very nice romantic fragrance. But the problem with it is that the eau de parfum itself is a little dated. It came out in 1999, so at this point it's pushing on quite a bit of years. Then they had quite a few different flankers. So they came out with the eau de lumière, which was the eau de toilette, and that fragrance itself was not really much received well, although it was really nice because it had blood orange. It was, you know, cleaner version of the original Jadore. And then they came out with like Enjoy, and I'm sorry to say this, but Jadore Enjoy is nasty. I think it's awful. It's not anything special, and they kind of continued doing these really weird flankers with the brand itself. So it is a great fragrance. It is sophisticated. If you like the fragrance, if you like jasmine and ylang ylang, I would definitely say to check it out. But you know, do keep in mind that it is a little bit older and they are fairly pricey because they have increased in price just like Chanel has. And you know, they're very much pushing on the $200 mark for like a big bottle. So definitely check out all these fragrances. Let me know what your thoughts on these are down below. Have you worn any of these women's fragrances? Are you willing to try any of them? And I'm sorry to say that some of these are basic bitch fragrances and some of them are absolute staples that you need in your collection. So definitely comment down below your thoughts. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more fragrance related content, and I'll see you guys on the next video.